Maximizers. Welcome to my live. If this is your first time watching me, welcome. My name is Crystal, aka Crystal Maximizer, and I am a content coach. I help product based business owners create consistent content that converts into consistent sales. Meaning, I help them create organic content on their social media platforms so that they can make sales in their business without having to run ads and without having to hire influencers. I started my business back in 2018, and I started my business teaching women how to coupon, how to budget, and how to save money. I started it with my YouTube channel. In 2020, my clients that I was coaching started asking me, like, how did you start your YouTube channel? Teach us how to start a side hustle. And I inadvertently, accidentally became a business coach. So I started teaching my clients how to make more money. From 2020 to 2023, I did both. I forward facing focused on helping women save money and budget. And in the back end, I was teaching women how to start and grow businesses. Well, in 2023, I decided that I wanted to do more, and I decided that I really wanted to help women. Hey, Mia, thank you so much for joining. I really wanted to help women make money because nothing bad happens when women make more money. And I did not want to be known as the couponing girl anymore. I wanted to be known as a woman who helped women with their businesses. So in 2023, I decided to switch and be a business coach. And then in 2024, I said, okay, I'm a business coach, but business coaching is broad. So I coached myself and I said, Crystal, what have you done really well? Content. What has helped you get to where you are today? Content. So this year, I niched down even further and I said, I'm a business coach, but I am a content coach. And I want to focus on helping women use their content to make sales. Now, why did I decide to do that? I have 2 YouTube channels. Across these 2 YouTube channels, I have made close to 2,000 YouTube videos. I have almost 2,000 videos across my 2 channels, okay? I've gone live close to 1,000 times since 2019. 1,000 times have I gone live, okay? 1,000 times. From that content that I have created, I've made close to $400,000. I've made money from Google AdSense. I've made money as an affiliate. I've garnered 4-figure and 5-figure brand deals, those of which the companies always reach out to me. I've never reached out to a company for a collaboration. They always reach out to me first. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars coaching. I sell boot camps, workshops, memberships, one-on-one coaching, group coaching programs. I've sold a retreat. I've sold a course once. I have made close to $400,000. And at the core of it all, it was from my content. If I never would have started making content, I never would have grown my business. I would not have got those brand deals. I wouldn't have been on the news over 10 times. I would not have been able to sell to my clients. I would not be a full-time business owner if I did not start creating content. So as a business owner, content is what made me. Content is how I market. Content is how I engage with my audience. Content is how I make my sales. Okay. So if there's one thing that Crystal does really, really well, it is content. I got 2 YouTube channels, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Okay. So I really, really, really want to talk to you all tonight about making time for your business and making time to create content. Because if you are a business owner, an online business owner, right? A product-based business owner, if you have a brick and mortar business, you are doing yourself a disservice if you are not using content to market and make sales in your business. But tonight, I want to talk about making time. Okay. So I am live on all of my platforms. One way that I maximize my content is I go live on all of my platforms at once. So I'm live on both YouTube channels, my Facebook page, Instagram, and TikTok at the same time. So I want to know who's here. I want you to let me know in the comments where you're watching from, what city, what state, what country are you watching from, and what is your business? In the comments, where are you watching from and what is your business? I want to know. I respond to every comment. I engage with everyone who comments. So let me know in the comments. Don't be shy. Where are you watching from? What city, what state, what country are you watching from? And what is your business? And tonight we're talking a little bit about time management and making time for your business. When I started my business, I had a 9 to 5. I was a sales recruiter at a timeshare company. I was working 40 to 50 hours per week, but I knew since I was a kid that I wanted to have a business. I knew since I was a kid that I did not want to be tied down to a 9 to 5. I had told myself that by 30, I wanted to be in my own business and not working at a 9 to 5. Okay. I got fired from my corporate job when I was 29 in 6 months. 29 in 6 months. Look at God. Okay. So starting that YouTube channel changed my life, but the getting to the point of starting that YouTube channel was not always easy because I felt like I was busy. Okay. Lady T, thank you so much for joining. I'm trying to help my daughter get started with getting paid doing this. Getting paid doing what? Specifically, what do you want to help your daughter get paid to do? Like be an influencer, sell affiliate, or sell her own product or service? Can you be a little bit more specific so that I can help you? Nia, thank you so much for joining. I'm in Arizona. I'm a functional nutritionist that helps with people of color reverse diabetes. I love that niche. That's amazing. So do you sell like nutrition coaching packages? Or do you sell like nutrition plans? What specifically do you sell? Because that sounds very, very interesting. She is passionate about selling her products. She does candles. Awesome. I would definitely suggest that you have her go and or you can do this. You can fill out her information here. When you fill out your information here on TikTok, it just needs your name, your email, your phone number. It's totally free. And you'll get on my email list. And when you're on my email list, you'll get access to my YouTube channel and you'll get access to book a sales call with me to chat about working together. Keep working hard. Hey, Marlon. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. One-on-one coaching, online courses, getting into corporate wellness, and podcast hosts. I love that. Also, ebooks. Okay. Awesome. Okay, got it. So yeah, so anyone who wants to work with me or to stay in my audience as far as off of social media, make sure you fill out the form on TikTok. Give me your name, your email, your phone number. You can join my email list and you'll get a link to my YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris. So make sure you subscribe over there and a link to book a free sales call for us to chat about working together. If you're on Instagram, there's a link in my bio for you to join the email list. Same thing. You just click the link in my bio. It'll say, give me your information and you'll get on my email list. It works just the same. But when I was thinking about starting a business, I was in my head a lot, right? I was in my head a lot figuring out that I did not have a lot of time. I did not have a lot of time to start a business. So now that I have been in business for 6 years, I've been full-time in my business for 5 years. I want to talk about how you can make time to plan in your business. The secret to being consistent in your business, the secret to consistently making sales is you have to plan it. You cannot wake up and randomly post. You can't wake up and randomly like sell without a plan. You can't wake up and randomly create a product or a service with no plan and expect to get the results that you desire. So you really need to intentionally make time to plan. So I'm going to talk to you about how you can make time for your business. Okay. So let me see your comments before I go. Normally different. I'm 80 subscribers away from being monetized, but my audience is free spirited people deconstructing. Oh, that's interesting. Well, keep on posting and you shall get your 80 subscribers. Teacher Jackson is in Virginia Beach. Thank you so much for joining. A1, what are you selling since everyone's selling something these days? Oh, shoot. Hold on 1 second. So what I sell is I have one-on-one coaching. I do have one more spot for a 90-minute strategy session where I help you create a 60-day content plan and a 60-day sales plan. And you leave with a Google Doc of information of how you can implement that plan. And you get 1 week of coaching. I have one more spot left that's on sale for $100 off. So the regular price of that content strategy session is $249. But it's on sale for $149. So tonight is the last night. If you want to get that strategy session, it's 90 minutes. It can be customized to meet your needs. But what I really help the most with is creating a content and a sales plan. So that is what I'm selling. But right now I'm really educating and helping and answering questions. But of course, everyone is selling something. If you're a business owner, you should be selling. You get sold to every day, all the time. So if you want help with content and sales and you want that strategy session, all you got to do is send me a DM or an email and say, hey, I want that strategy session. But by midnight tonight, that $100 off deal is going to be gone. Okay. Because my winter promotion starts next week. Okay. What else do I see here? Hey, Cece. Okay. So, how to make time for your business. The first tip I have for you to make time for your business and to plan for your business is you have to decide that your business is a priority. You cannot be 1 foot in, 1 foot out with your business. If you are not prioritizing your business, you're not going to get the results that you desire. So you have to sit down with yourself and say, self, my business is important and my business is a priority. When I started my business, I had a 9 to 5. In order to make the moves that I wanted to make in my business, I told myself, I'm not doing anything extra for my 9 to 5. I'm not working extra at home. I'm not eating lunch with my coworkers, right? I'm not eating lunch with my coworkers. I'm not going out to happy hour. I'm not doing any of that extra crap. Why? Because I need to focus on my business. I'm not doing anything extra. If it's not during our contracted work hours, I'm not doing it. I decided in myself that like my business was a priority. So if that means that I'm doing less things in my 9 to 5, that's fine because I was going above and beyond and they did not deserve my energy or my effort. So you have to sit with yourself and decide that your business is a priority and decide that you're ready to take the steps to find the time, because people find the time for the things that are important to them. So if your business is not a priority to you, you won't find the time. You won't find the time and you'll never find the time. And there'll always be an excuse of why you can't, why you couldn't, why you're not doing more. So the first tip is to decide that your business is important. Okay. I help parents of children in special education strategize all the way to graduation. I love that. That is much needed. No offense to your business, but is there any way you have results from people you already helped? Yes. If you go to my website, KristaMaximizer.com, I have some tutorials. Okay. You can go and, did I say tutorials? Man, I meant testimonials. If you go to my website, I have a few testimonials up there. Because you're minding your business, poor rich dad, rich dad. Okay. I have results. My own child with special needs not only graduated, but is an H honor student. That is amazing. That's amazing. Well, my business is proof. And if you want to see some of my clients, I have testimonials from my clients on my website. Okay. I know that's a book, but I'm just trying to figure out why you write it down. I'm trying to figure out why you're commenting the book. But if you want to see testimonials, it's on my website. Okay. There's a little section with testimonials directly from my past clients. Okay. So decide that your business is important. Second tip is decide how many hours you're going to working because you said you were minding your business. Okay. I'm confused, but I'm going to keep going. You got to figure out how many hours you need for your business. So based on me working part-time as a side hustle and me working full-time in my business, I would say, I suggest to my clients, if your business is a side hustle, you want to try to put aside 7 to 10 hours per week for your business. So 1 hour per day. And then on one of your days off, not both days off, on one of your days off, 2 to 3 hours. So that's 7 to 10 hours per week. That's 7 to 10 hours per week on your business. Okay. You want to intentionally and specifically set aside this time. If you don't set aside this time, you won't make progress on what you want. I started my business on 1 hour per day. Just one. 1 hour per day got me started. I told myself if I could go to my 9 to 5, drive to my 9 to 5, spend 8 to 10 hours a day on my 9 to 5, I deserve to find 1 hour a day for my business. Does this make sense? Yes or no? So if you're part-time, 7 to 10 hours. If you're full-time, somewhere between 25 to 40 hours, depending on the type of business that you are running. I can run my business on 20 to 25 hours. And that includes my coaching calls. And that includes my lives. Okay. I usually spend about 7 to 8 hours a week on live because I go live for an hour 5 times a week, sometimes a little bit more. So 7 to 8 of my hours a week is literally just on live. And I probably spend 2 to 3 hours right now on coaching calls. Okay. Between I have different variations of one-on-ones, like 45 minutes, an hour, et cetera, et cetera. I spend 2 to 3 hours right now a week on coaching calls. So that is the 10 hours right there, plus my admin work. I don't really spend a lot of time each week creating content because I batch my content. So how many hours a week do you need for your business? So if you are a side hustler or you're just starting, you're thinking about starting a business, you want to find 7 to 10 hours per week. Well, Crystal, how am I going to find the time? My next tip for you is to do a time audit. Has anyone here ever done a time audit? Let me know in the comments, yes or no. Have you ever done a time audit? Have you ever audited your time? Have you ever audited your time? Let me know in the comments. Don't be shy. Have you ever audited your time? What I mean by audited your time is I mean keeping track. Hey, Cindy, keeping track of where you are spending your time in your business. Where are you spending your time in your life? So when it comes to a time audit, I want you to print out or a sheet of paper, and for the next 48 hours, I want you to just track your time. Okay. This is how much time I get dressed. This is how much time I do breakfast, get my kids together, time I spend with my spouse, time I spend with my friends, on the phone, kikiing, watching Netflix, scrolling on TikTok, whatever it is you're doing with your time. I want you to do a time audit. I want you to see where you are spending your time. This is going to shock you. If you have an iPhone, open up your screen time. Your phone will tell you where you've been spending time. Now, there's a lot of things you do off your phone, like that time with your spouse, that time with your kids, time with your family, travel time, commuting. But a lot of stuff we be doing on our phone. So you can see how many times you opened your phone, how many times you went on TikTok, how long you scrolled on every single app on your phone. Mind blowing. Okay. I want you to track your time for the next 48 hours. Just every hour, what are you doing? Okay. It's going to be a little tedious. If you don't want to do it on paper, put it in your phone, put it in your calendar. Point being is, it's just like when I help women with their budgets. When you write those numbers down in black and white and you realize that you ate out $850 in a month and you were like, I didn't want to spend $850 on food. Half of that was laziness, right? We got to buy food. So I don't care if you cook or you buy food, doesn't matter. But do you want to spend $800 a month on food? No, because some of them times you was doing DoorDash. Some of them times you weren't intentional. Some of them times you didn't plan. You just spent money on food. So if you don't want to spend $850 a month on food, when you write down that you spent $850 on food, you like, damn, that's not what I want. So when I open up my screen time and I see that in 1 week I spent 20 hours on TikTok and I didn't complete a task or two of my business, I'm like, that's why I didn't. Because out of those 20 hours, 7 of those hours I was on live. So I aimlessly scrolled for 13 hours. That's not the best use of my time. So once you do a time audit, you get to decide, because this is your life. If your business is a priority and your family is a priority, if you look at your time audit and your business and your family outside of those 40 hours or so that you owe your job are getting the smallest part of you, but TikTok and Netflix, your good girlfriends are getting you kikiing on the phone, happy hours, lunches, but the things that are most important to you, your family and your business, are getting a slither of time. You got to ask yourself, is this the best use of my time? For me, it was not. My screen time at a certain point was a lot more than that 20 hours. And I was utterly disgusted with myself. And I said, you have big goals for business. You have big goals for your life. There's closets you need to clean out in this house. You could clean your garage. You could wash your car. There's so many more things that I could be doing that is more beneficial to me that I told myself was important. But I'm not doing it because I'm scrolling. Now, again, 7 hours a week is me live, and there's a little bit of scrolling time, but not 13 hours worth. And there's things that are undone in life and business. Does this make sense? Yes or no? So once you do this time audit, once you look at your screen time, you sit with yourself and you say, this is not the best use of my time. So then I want you to sit down and allocate and reallocate your time, just like it was your money. Instead of spending $850 on food, you're like, I'm not spending more than $450 on food. So these are the days I eat out, and this is how much money I have. These are the days that I'm going to cook at home or warm up something And that's what it's going to look like. I want you to do that with your time. And look at your days. When do you need to spend that time with your family? There's certain things you just have to do. Family time, time with your spouse, non-negotiable. Where can you fit 1 hour a day for your business? Do you have to wake up early? That's not me. I'm not a wake up early kind of mama. I'm a night owl. So do you wake up early or do you stay up an hour later? One thing I did at work is I cut out my lunch breaks with my coworkers. I said, I'll eat lunch with y'all once a week. They chose Friday. Monday through Thursday, I worked on my business during lunch. So I was in my car. I was in a huddle room. I would go to a coffee shop. And for my lunch break, I would eat and edit a YouTube video. I would eat and respond to emails. I would eat and plan my content for the next week. Does this make sense? Yes or no? If this makes sense on TikTok, go ahead, tap the screen. I see a bunch of y'all watching on YouTube and Instagram. If this makes sense, just type a little yes in the comments, right? If this is making sense, if this is resonating with you, just give me a little yes. You know I feel like I'm talking to myself, but I'm not talking to myself. Y'all feel me, right? Put it down. I'll tell you something else I did. So I cut out eating lunch with my coworkers. That gave me 4 hours a week for my business. I stopped watching TV. When I started my business in 2018, 2019, we were still watching shows at a specific time. Like Scandal was still coming on at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and Grey's Anatomy was coming on. You know, the shows were coming on. I stopped watching all of my shows except for Big Brother Live Evictions was the only thing I watched on Thursday nights because it was live. Everything else, I DVR'd it on my DirecTV and I watched it Friday night. I would work for 1 hour on my business on Friday night. And then I gave myself the time to binge watch my shows on Friday night guilt-free. I literally put in my time on my calendar. So I got 1 hour a day to work on my business and I gave myself like 20 minutes a day to scroll. I need to scroll a little bit. I need to keep up with the times. 20 minutes a day to scroll aimlessly. And I told myself back then, it was like, I need to scroll while I'm walking because I have a health goal. So I would walk. This is so random. I would walk around my house or I would walk around the lake with my daughter. She would ride her bike. And that's when I would do my checking in my DMs and scrolling mindlessly while I'm watching her ride around. Does this make sense? So I put things together, but I really put my intentional business time on my calendar. What I found was I had more like 2.5 hours a day to work on my business. So once Kinsley was asleep in bed, I would stay up and work on my business until midnight. So I would usually start working on my business around 9:30-ish. Once she was in bed and I cleaned up and I prepared for the next day. So from about 9:30 to midnight, it was all Chris the Maximizer. It was all Chris the Maximizer. I just worked on my business, no matter what it was. Some nights I got done early and I went to bed early. But I had 2.5 hours that I could add instead of scrolling or watching TV. Okay. So I want you to allocate and reallocate your time. Every week I sit down and I look at my calendar of what I need to do in life and business. And I figure out what time slots I'm working. I got 2 side hustles. So I do Instacart and I travel around the US with my sorority sister and I help her with her business. So do I have Instacart shifts that I want to do this week? Do I have any shows that I have to do this week? Do I have anywhere I need to be? Right. I have a survey. Like they picked me to do a survey. I'm getting almost $200 to go sit for 90 minutes and give people feedback. That's on my calendar. I got to drive there. I got to drive back. I blocked out my morning. Right. So when do I have to show up for things? And then after that, when am I working on my business? And I put those blocks of time down. So I know I'm working from this time to this time on my business. And this time to this time on my business. And this time to this time, I'm going to Instacart. This time I got to do a show for my sorority sister. Okay. When I got Kinsley, we doing this and this, right? I got to take Kinsley to basketball practice. I got to pick her up from basketball practice. I got to stay at basketball practice. But mommy be working while I'm watching her at basketball practice. Put the time, which is my next tip, put the time on your calendar and make it non-negotiable. Just like how going to church is non-negotiable, going to your job is non-negotiable, a meeting with your boss is non-negotiable. You got to block out and protect that time. Teacher Jackson says, I spent that in coffee at the coffee shop and I had to stop immediately. When you look in black and white, and sometimes you can't just look in your bank account. I used to tell my clients, get your pen and paper out and write it down. Starbucks, Starbucks, Starbucks. And your stomach will start to hurt, especially because you buying Starbucks, but you also got that Keurig at home. You got that Keurig at home. You got that coffee maker at home. You buy coffee and you buy K-Cups every month. I used to tell my clients, I don't care if you eat out. With me being by myself right now, sometimes it is cheaper for me to just buy a meal. Cool. But what I'm not doing is buying a meal and buying $200 worth of groceries every single week. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Don't do both when it comes to your money. And when it comes to your time, do not waste time doing things that are not being productive to your life based on the things that you decided were a priority for you. If your business and your family are a priority, treat them as such. Scrolling on TikTok and Instagram is not that important. Now, what you're doing right now can be considered research for your business. You are getting some tips from me. You're getting some feedback from me. You're learning something from me. So this isn't mindless scrolling. This is education. I'm learning something, right? So you got to learn the difference. But when I'm just swiping through, not when I'm engaging with my audience and checking my DMs. Like if people are DMing you to get the link to buy your product, that's good social media time. That's why I use something called Toggl, which I'm going to talk about in a second. I'm going to talk about it now. I use something called Toggl to track my time. So right now I'm doing a social media live. So when I open up my phones and I look at my social media screen time and it says you were on social media for 30 hours this week, I'll look at Toggl and Toggl will say 14 of those hours you were live. 2 of those hours you were checking up with leads. 1 of those hours you were posting your content. So what is that? 13, 14, that's 16 hours of that 30. I was actually intentionally working on social media. The other 14 I was scrolling. So that other 14 is what I need to worry about. Does this make sense? Yes or no? I know I'm ranting, I'm raving, but this is so important. So my next tip was track your time in your business and write down what you're doing or use Toggl. It's Toggl. If you want the links, DM me. It's free. Every time I do a task in my business, I write it down. When I journal, when I follow up with leads, when I'm creating content, when I'm posting content. So when I look at my screen time or I want to see where I spent my time in my business, I can see I spent majority of my time going live, which is fine because I love that. Okay. Let me read the rest of these comments. Ouch, I'm convinced too much kikiing with my friends. Right. Now, some kiki is welcome. Okay. Some kiki is welcome. But then you also, just like how if you have a job, like you're a teacher, right? When you're in the classroom with them kids, you know you can't be on the phone with your friends. So at a certain point, you have to protect your time with your business, just like you protect your time at work. You cannot be on the phone with your friends while you're teaching them kids. If you have a tutoring session, a one-on-one session with one of your parents, you know daggone well, if you're on a Zoom call with a parent and a student, you can't be talking to your friend. So a lot of times we prioritize everybody else getting our time, but not ourselves. So again, when I became full-time in my business, my mom and my sister, and they still do this a little bit now. You ain't got a job. Well, you don't got a real job. So just talk to me. So I find myself telling them like, oh, I have a coaching call, because they respect when I have a coaching call, because that means I'm talking to a client or I'm live. They know I can't talk to them while I'm live. So sometimes I be telling them I got a call to protect my time. And then sometimes I say, I have this work that I have to do. So I will call you after, or I'm free after 5, or I'm free before 2, but from 2 to 5, I'm working, right? We got to protect our business time like we protect all that other time that we give to everybody else. Okay? Okay. Whew, child, I feel like I am ranting and raving. So when it comes to planning for your business, you have this protected time now. You've realized where you're going to reallocate your time. I like to plan for the month. So what I really do is I plan for the year. So I plan my income goals for the year. I plan my client goals for the year. I plan what I want to do. So like in 2025, I want to do a workshop or boot camp every quarter. I already know that is one thing that I want to do. So every 3 months, I want to have one of those. I'm going to set my income goal and I want to set my client goal of like how many clients I want to serve in 2025 and how much money I want to make in 2025. Once I have my yearly overview, I break that down for a month. I'm going to use an easy number so that everyone can understand, just because easy math. Let's just say for 2025, I want to make $24,000. This is just an example. If I want to make $24,000 in 2025, that means each quarter I need to make $6,000. So January, February, March, I need to make 6,000. April, May, June, I need to make 6,000. And if we break that down to the month, that means every month I need to make $2,000. If I have a $500 coaching package, that means every month I need to sell 4 coaching packages to meet my $2,000 goal for the month, $6,000 goal for the quarter, and $24,000 goal for the year. So when you plan for the year, you can break it down for the month. If you want to serve 24 clients, that means every month you need 2 clients. So you know what your goals are for the month. So sit down and plan for the month. So in order for me to get 2 new clients, I need to go live. I need to send emails. I need to follow up. I need to book sales calls. Those are the things that I'm doing every week. I know that is a lot, but does this make sense? You want to reverse engineer. Look at your big goal and then break it down into bite-sized pieces that you can work on every week, every day. You have to intentionally do this. And this is what I help my clients with. I can help you create a content strategy for the next 60 days. I can help you create a sales strategy for the next 60 days. I can help you figure out what you should be prioritizing based on what your goals are. Tell me where you want to be in the next 6 to 12 months. And we will create a plan of action where you can take that next best step today. Does this make sense? Yes or no? My last tip for you in making time to plan in your business, reassess and review yourself every month or 2. So go back every week. I look at my time that I spent in my business. If I want to do 25 hours a week in business, I realized lately I've been only averaging 20 hours a week. But there was a couple months before where I was averaging 45 hours a week in my business. Like I was going dummy hard. Now I'm doing a little less. Okay. The holidays are coming. I'm about to do my end of the year promotion sale, and that's going to be it for this year. But reassess and review, because in order to make progress forward, you got to review where you are right now. So I review my time spent. I review my screen time. I review my toggle to see where I'm spending time in my business. And I can make accurate assessments of like, oh, I want to do more of that and less of this, and vice versa. Okay. So those are my key tips for making time to make plans in your business and really finding the time for your business. So do we have any questions? Because I am tired. My car battery died today. My car is old. My car battery died today. And I was stuck in a Publix parking lot, and these 2 men saved me. They got my car started. Then I had to go to AutoZone and get a new battery, because it's like when you turn your car off, it ain't gonna start tomorrow if you don't get it fixed. So if I'm being honest with y'all, I have a headache, but I was like, I have to go live. I have to go live because I need to engage with my audience. I love this. And I made a promise to myself to go live 20 times a month. And I did take some time off last week. So I was like, I can't take too many days off. I took last night off because I had went 5 days in a row, and I was like, your girl needs a break. But Saturday nights, I usually try to give myself off, but I still got a lot more to go to get to 20. Because so far this month, I've only done 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 12 more to go. And I don't think there's 12 days left here. So I'm going to have to do some 2-a-days, which, you know what? Tomorrow I might be able to do 2. We're going to see. I might be able to do 2 tomorrow. We'll see. But I need to give myself some rest. I'm sleeping in tomorrow. I have some coaching calls tomorrow. I got to give myself a little bit of rest because your girl's tired. But do you have any questions about making time to plan in your business? If you don't have any questions, can you just let me know in the comments, was this helpful? Yes or no? In the meantime, I do have 2 things that I would ask of you. If you are on TikTok and you want to see more content from me, I would love it, love it, love it if you could fill out this form here. Oh, I'm going to pin it in a second. And in this form, you will get access to my email list, meaning we'll connect off of social media. An email list is important because if social media goes away today or tomorrow, I'll be sad. But I also have a list of potential, current, past clients all on my email list. And you can respond to any email I send you, and it comes directly to me, and I'll answer it. So make sure you fill out this form, number one, to get on my email list. Once you are on my email list, you will get the direct link to my YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris. I am looking to get to 700 subscribers by the end of November. We're currently at 676. So I'd love it if like 2 people who are not subscribe tonight. It's Build a Business with KRYS. Okay. Build a Business with KRYS. You can go subscribe. It's linked in my bio. But if you fill out the form and get on my email list, you'll get it. Then you'll also get a link to book a sales call. The sales call is free. It's 1 hour long. And it's basically, let me get to know you and your business, where you are, where you want to go. And I'll let you know which one of my one-on-one coaching packages are the best for you. Now, tonight is the last night that I'm offering $100 off my strategy session. And if I'm being honest with you, the strategy session is customized to where you are to get you to where you want to go. It's like a one-time, think about it, those jumper cables that man used to jump my battery. Think of the strategy session as a jump session. It's a one-time session for us to work together and create a strategy for you for the next 60 days, specifically around content and sales, so that you know what you're doing for the next 60 days when it comes to your content and what you're doing when it comes to your sales. You leave with a Google Doc and the recording of it because it's on Zoom, so we get to have a conversation. And you also get 1 week of Voxer coaching, meaning you can text me or voice message me every single day for 7 days with your questions as you implement the plan of action that we created together. So that is regular price $250, but tonight is the last night that you can snag it for $100 off. So I have one more spot left for $100 off. If you're interested, just send me a DM. Hey, I want the strategy session, and I'll send you the link and the promo code. But that's going to expire tonight at midnight because this week I'm going to start telling you all about what my end of the year promotion. It's more than Black Friday because it's going into December, but it's my end of the year promotion if you want to work with me in 2025. My end of year promotion, well, we'll start working actually in December will be our startup month. But basically, if you want to work with me for 6 months through 2025, that is going to be for you. So I'm going to be sharing the details of that offer this week, probably on Tuesday. Okay. So I know that was a lot, but number one, if you get on my email list, you'll get all of this. So join the email list, whether you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, it's in the description box. If you're on TikTok, you can fill out the form, get on my email list, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris. I have tons of content over there about how to start and grow your business using content. Okay, one more person subscribed. I just need one more of you to subscribe tonight, and I would have hit tonight's goal because, like I said, I'm trying to get to 700. And we're at 677 now. So thanks to whoever just subscribed. Teacher Jackson says this was extremely helpful. Dr. J says you give great information and break it down very clearly. Your upbeat style is motivational. Oh, thank you so much. I love this. I love this so much. It amazes me that I get paid to talk to people because for most of my life, I got told to shut up and I talk too much. And now people pay me to talk. And now I get to show up on the internet and educate people by talking. So this is a joy to me. I love that this is work, but I am tired. I'm about to go get my butt in the shower and get myself in the bed. So I want to thank you all so much for joining me tonight. And I will see you when I go live tomorrow. Bye.